Hey, Doodles.
Oh no, not this again.
Hey, Doodles.
What?
Why don't you get your fat ass up and go do some work for a change?
Bro, can I watch this freaking show? Can you leave me alone?
Bro, you've been
for a
watching
minute?
shows after show, episode after episode all day. Go do some
Why would I
freaking
do
work.
that now when I'm watching a show and I could do it later? Just leave me
That's
the
your
hell
logic
alone.
every freaking time. I'm gonna do it
Okay,
later.
it's none of your
Man,
business.
this is your voice talking to you. This is what you want to
Okay,
do.
then
Stand
shut
up
the
and
hell
do
up.
some work.
If it's me, then shut up.
No,
Be
you
quiet
shut
for
up.
a minute.
Okay,
let
you
me
shut
enjoy
up.
this.
And go do some freaking work,
Well,
you fat ass. You
How about
freaking
this?
flop.
How about you go
Shut up.
deep to the subconscious and go lay your egg or something? Go to sleep with
What
a
the
chicken,
fudge are
whatever
you talking
do in
about?
the subconscious.
I
What
am
the
your
hell am I-
conscious. I'm your subconscious and your current conscious.
You're
talking
my
to you
thoughts.
right now. Do you know that?
I'm your control. I'm the demander. I'm the commander of my own thoughts. So, matter of fact, here.
What the hell? Is that a ram?
You're getting a ram
Hey,
now.
what are you
exactly.
doing?
That's a ram.
Hey,
Yeah.
tell us to stop. Make it
Nope.
stop.
I'm not gonna stop until you stop talking.
Bro, Doodles, I'm just trying to help you, man.
What up? It's your boy Duluth. Now, I don't want to start this video by giving you a whole monologue about who I am and what is this video about. So I just want to go ahead and start with the action. Because what's better than watching someone do something in particular that is targeted and precise and intentional? And that is what I'm going to start this video with. By doing whatever the hell that I'm gonna do in this video, which is the thing that you're gonna watch in a second. Not sure what it is yet, but it will be great. Will it be great? No, it won't. Yes, it will. Positive talk is the key to a successful life story. Anyway.
Baba, I'm out.
Let me see. It's not bad. We can make a video about it.
Dad.
Call me Duluth.
What?
Call me Duluth.
Dad, what do you mean, Doodle? What kind of name is that?
Never mind what kind of name is that. Just call me Duluth.
Okay, whatever. Are you paying me tonight, right?
Why should I do that? I'm actually doing you a favor. You're developing a work ethic for the future.
Nah, that's not what my mom said. You're gonna pay me tonight. I'm gonna tell Mom.
What? You better not. You better not tell Mom. Okay, I'm gonna pay you. Just keep going. God. Oh, when you don't tell Mama. Mama's boy. So this is called full. It is beans grinded with onions and jalapenos and garlic and, virgin olive oil and cilantro and all that stuff, and spicy, and it's really, really good. It's one of my favorite breakfasts and one of my favorite dinners, okay? And I'm gonna eat it while enjoying this so-called debate between Sneako and Myron. Myron. I mean, it's the most ridiculous thing imaginable. This freaking moron thinks is disturbing the peace or some shit when you're praying peacefully in Times Square. Disturbing the peace in Times Square. Who says that? It is literally like the freaking jungle. I mean, that is why they call it a concrete jungle. It is especially Times Square. I mean, let's get into it, guys, because this guy, it's sad to see that, the fact that he says that he has a PhD in criminal psychology or whatever the hell. You know what is criminal? The people who gave him the PhD. This guy has a brain the size of a walnut. The size of a walnut.
The size of a walnut. Okay, you got me?
I mean, it is disturbing. Talk about fartarded.
Yeah. See what I did there? Yeah. Retarded. A fart-tard. Id. I'm gonna try to use less profanity as much as I can, but when watching this guy speak, it kind of comes out of me. So let's get right into it and let me enjoy this fool. It's called Fool. You fool. Let's get into it. All right, here we go.
Yeah, I mean, if you hear church bells, like Dearborn is majority Muslim, right? It's a small town.
It's about, yeah, it's like 50, 60, somewhere around there.
Points of contention. There's Dearborn and there's also Times Square.
I will say it's like 50-60% Muslim. 50-60% like Middle Eastern, but we don't know if they're Muslim.
Yeah.
So like they're from the Middle East and North Africa. So you can assume a majority of them probably are Muslim, but we don't know if all of them.
Yeah, probably 60-70%.
Yeah,
but there's no,
like we could say 90%.
But even in Morocco or Saudi Arabia, there's still, you hear the Adhan, and there's still many Christians that live there. And many.
Yeah, but like they're not actively asserting their religion publicly in these Muslim countries.
What do you mean?
So, okay, my thing is this: the United States.
Okay, let me pause for a second. Asserting their religion, and bro, Muslims, we don't do that anywhere in the world. Anywhere. Asserting, like, we do da'wah. We're not like the Christians where we out there just yelling, Jesus will burn you in hell if you don't come back to him and, take him as your Lord and Savior and stuff like that. We don't do that. We politely speak with people. When they want to hear it, they don't want to hear it, fine, move on. And we're not here begging you to hear us because God doesn't need you, okay? He doesn't need any of us. He could create us like multiple times. He could create other people who... He could create people with no free will that are absolutely submitted to him without question. Why would he, need any of us? You know what I'm saying? And the fact here, Islam portrays that as well. Like, we here to tell you the truth. And that's all. That is our position. That is our limitation. Bro, you don't like it, so what? Who cares? We're not here to force it on you, to assert it. It's bullshit. And he says he's a Muslim, which is crazy to me that he doesn't know any of this. And another fact was crazier than that. They said he were arguing that Muslims are trying to dominate in America or something, praying outside. Bro, what are you talking about? Times Square? Bro, what are you talking about? Shit.
A Christian country. It was founded by Protestant Christians.
No, it's a secular country.
Well, here's the thing. So
we have freedom of religion. It's always
we do. But when they had freedom of religion and the separation of church and state, that was instituted not just for freedom of religion purposes, but also because there are the fights between Catholics, Baptists, Protestants, etc.
The founders of this country, I think a lot of them weren't even like Christians in heart. I think they were like deists or something. I forgot what they called it. And they were Freemasons. Like, they're basically devil worshippers in my brain. That's how I see them. Because they pledge to, they do this shady rituals and everything like that. And, it's not Christian. And it's not a type of behavior I don't think that Jesus Christ himself would agree with. So, anyway, the founders of this country founded this country literally as a pure, clean, free country. You know what I'm saying? Freedom for all. And they made a point of it to give every detail within the Constitution what they mean about free.
So what they wanted to separate the church from the state so that neither can corrupt the other. Does that make sense? Yeah. So like the separation of church and state was actually instituted to protect both institutions from corrupting each other.
The Founding Fathers had an opportunity to use the Bible and the Constitution, and they decided not to because it's a secular country. Because they want to make it fair.
I put a lot of olive oil.
But they say God, they don't say
a
Jesus.
lot of olive oil. I mean, it's great.
Universal, and they were very specific about that.
It's too much.
Thomas Jefferson himself, he also said that he wants America to be for the Jews, for the Mohammedans. This is a quote: the Mohammedans, and for the
Mohammedans.
That's what he said.
That's funny.
The Mohammedans.
That's funny.
Why is that funny? They call them Mohammedans? That's funny. That's funny. Why is that funny, Myron? Oh, Maroon, whatever the hell your name is. Why is that funny? That's what they called Muslims back in the day in Europe. In fact, honestly, I don't even want to reference this because I don't remember the guy's name, so why even bring it up? But from, just in this case, I want to just say something about it because I already brought it up. So, Darwin's father's friend, I think, made a like an essay or some shit about the foundation or the origination of the of evolution. The theory of evolution was created or was brought up because during that time within the Darwin era, people were talking about evolution and all that. Not just Darwin, other people was talking about it as well. And one of these people, his friend, a close, I don't know, colleague of his, I guess, mentioned Muhammadan, that the prophet of Muhammadans, our prophet, ﷺ, he's the one that brought up the theory before anybody else. And in fact, from what is said, Darwin himself kind of was inspired by a book called The Animals, I think it's called, Al-Haywan, or Haywanat. It was written by a man from Morocco. I forgot his name. I forget names. I'm very bad with names, which is why I called Myron. That's his name. Anyway, he is a moron. Let's get back into this.
Coming back in. So he specifically referenced that. Also in in DC, there's a mural on the top on the ceiling with depictions of prophets and of different gods from all religions.
Are you sure? Because in Islam, they're not supposed to depict.
Yeah, they're not supposed to depict, but it's not. They weren't Muslim, but yeah, there is a depiction.
Are you sure that that's references like Islamic prophet? Because remember, we share the same prophets as them.
Exactly.
So,
we do.
We observe Moses, Jesus, Abraham. We observe all of them as prophets.
Mm-hmm.
So, right.
Mm-hmm.
So, my thing is. And even with the church bells, let's assume they play church, because church bells are banned in a lot of places. But let's assume
I hear to my apartment in New York.
That's New York is, I don't know what the rules are in New York. But the thing is, let's assume that church bells are legal everywhere. Let's assume they're legal everywhere and they play them loud and everything. This is still a Christian country. I think they can do that.
What does that mean? It's a Christian country.
This was founded by Christians.
It's a secular country.
But we have freedom of religion. But it's not in the Bible's not referenced.
We have freedom of religion, but at the end of the day, Muslims. We are guests here. This is not a Muslim nation. This was not founded by Muslims. At the end of the day, the host religion gets to assert a level of dominance, unfortunately, because they are the majority and they're the ones that.
But the founding fathers didn't intend for that. They didn't even say that. They didn't say they want Christian dominance. If they wanted Christian dominance, they would have included the Bible in the Constitution. They would have said Jesus.
Well, they did that, like I said before, to avoid issues between Baptists and Protestants and Catholics, because this was an issue back in Europe with the church and the state being involved and intertwined.
But all those people believe in Jesus Christ. You know what I'm saying? They believe in him in shape or form, either the Son of God or God Himself, whatever. I mean, at least they could have mentioned Jesus Christ as an spirit. And why would they care about that as well, right? It's going to create a problem if we bring up Jesus Christ in the Constitution. What kind of problem? They all believe in Jesus Christ. Doesn't make sense. The fact that they mention God in particular, specifically, is to make the point. Whoever believes in God, and they could understand and relate to the Constitution. That they themselves, who wrote the Constitution, believe in a higher spirit and a higher, creator. Therefore, we are all equal under this God. Whatever you believe, this being, we are all equal under Him. All right. So that is the point of mentioning God specifically within the Constitution, not whatever the hell he's basically speculating right now, because honestly, he has no freaking idea. This is all speculation from moron. He has absolutely nothing to say about this. It's bullshit. That's all it is. That's coming out of his filthy mouth.
But when they forged it, they didn't expect, we're going to have freedom of religion, but let another religion come in and dominate. Let me explain. So, if you go to any of these Muslim countries, right, you can practice in peace, right? You can practice Christianity or your religions in peace, except for, I don't think paganism is allowed in any of the Muslim countries. That's a problem. But if you're a Jew or if you're a Christian or whatever, you can practice. But, you can't, assert that religion openly, praying on the streets or doing anything like that in a Muslim country.
You can pray in the streets in a Muslim country.
In huge groups?
Yeah, why not?
Yeah, bro. No.
There's no.
That's not happening.
There's no example of that happening.
That's
of Christians not praying on the street.
But why do they not do it?
Because Christians don't.
It happens all the time. It happens in Lebanon. It happens in Syria. It happens in a lot of places. In Egypt, Christians praying and practicing their religion. Excuse me, God. Oh, the jalapeno hit. Oh my Lord. But opportunity Maratunianas, Allah. Like you. Yeah, you gotta stop doing that, bro. Seriously. Anyway.
No, but if they did, why don't they do it?
I don't know, it's just not.
Why don't they record themselves doing it openly in these Sharia law countries?
That's not Christian practice.
Because they respect the country, they respect the host nation.
But
I'm saying that as Muslims, we should do the same. Like this is not our country. We did not found this country.
But
so
look, all different religions and people pray.
We got mosques. We can pray at home. Like my issue isn't with praying. My issue is with openly praying and disrupting others.
Okay.
If you're openly praying and you're not disrupting anybody, I don't care. Like some dude.
I was in Times Square. We weren't disrupting anybody. I was there on the front line. I made a whole vlog. We could watch it.
Yeah, bro.
There was no nobody was disrupted.
Here's the thing.
Not one person there complained.
I guarantee you that, of course, they're not going to complain because they don't want to be labeled bigots. But in New York City, where they're cucked, the reality is people probably wanted to go there. I guarantee you there are hundreds, if not thousands, of people that went there and like, yo, I want to take pictures of Times Square, and they're like, oh, these guys are praying. I can't go in now.
It was the section right.
They don't want to be labeled bigots in New York City where they're cucks. Bro, New York, this guy quite obviously never been to New York. They don't give a freak. They will speak their minds. They don't care. What the hell is he talking about? This is how you know this guy is absolutely bullshit. Like, stick with the girls, man. I mean, it's obviously, okay, because when it comes to the women, when he brings on his podcast and they respond, it's easy for him to do that because it doesn't require a lot of thinking. You know what I'm saying? Right now, he's frustrated and he's incapable of articulating with Sneako and stand his ground and actually sophisticated. Yeah, that's her name is Katie. To precisely engage with a consistent logic. I mean, he's all over the place. He's illogical and irrational and absolutely exactly the accusations he says about women. This is what he's portraying right now as a freaking disgusting, it's stupid, it's retarded. Like I said.
The stairs. It wasn't blocking the sidewalk. There's an open walking area, and it was that section. It was really cold that day.
Of course.
And we said that, and the people were still like Times Square wasn't shut down.
No, of course.
It wasn't illegal. Like it wasn't like we had the cops or anything. We just all gathered there and prayed.
Here's the thing, man. Like praying in a symbolic Western location that's a tourist destination.
What about like Chinese festivals?
And disrupting.
That's a public display of their culture.
Yeah. Well,
I hear what about?
I'm not a fan, dude. Honestly, I don't think we should have any of these fucking parades.
You shouldn't have parades.
I don't think we should have cultural parades.
There was just a Yom Kippur celebration in New York. They walked
the niggas out of here.
It's not going to happen, bro. New York is a very diverse place.
Here's the thing. I don't think we should be running any other flags. I don't think we should be doing any of these parades of where these niggas come from. I don't think we should be.
Bro, he's trying to act like a patriot. Oh, we don't need these other cultures putting their flags up and everything like that. But America is one of the greatest countries for that reason. You know what I'm saying? That it embraces other cultures, it recognizes other cultures, and the value and benefits that some cultures can bring and contribute. I mean, the Constitution, the freedom of expression and freedom of speech, I mean, it's a very big deal. You know what I'm saying? People love, like most people in the world, or in America, love that about it, you know? I mean, about the United States. This guy's stupid. He's so stupid. I'm about to end this video. I really wanted to finish this beans food, but unfortunately I won't be able to because my video is gonna take it's gonna cut off on me in a minute. Okay, so I appreciate you. Listen, I want to watch the rest of this. Matter of fact, we're gonna continue until it cut off. But when it cut off, I guess I'm gonna do another clip and just let you guys know. But otherwise, I know I'm not be able to finish this beans until the end of this clip here. But let's continue.
Any of that, personally. I think it should be straight American nationalism, American flags only, no other flags. I don't think people should be openly practicing their religion, and I reserve Christians to be able to practice their religion.
Why not share the same hour? Like there was the Dominican Day Parade was last month. I went there, did a stream.
Yeah, get them niggas out of here.
This guy is a fascist. He's a freaking Nazi, so to speak. You know. You know what's crazy? Like, I don't know. I don't even want to mention this, but I did admire him before that because of his podcast, I was kind of supporting that to point out the wrongs of these promiscuous women out here. And of course men as well, but at least he's doing that. I was thinking, a lot of things I disagree with him on his podcast, because I don't think men and women should be promiscuous. There's a lot of STDs out there, all kind of new ones coming up, like Employee of the Month. Every month there's a new STD being created. Anyway, point being is, now it's like he's a total douche, and I'm like, why does anybody even watch or listen to this guy? It's like, again, he's talking about he has these PhDs, bro. Grab those people who gave it to him and put them in jail, because clearly they were paid. They were literally given some money by this guy to give him the PhD, because he's retarded for sure.
Waving it's like a big festival. It's like a big celebration in New York.
No, I don't.
I didn't see a big outrage about that. I don't see anyone.
Oh, dude, I've shit on these parades and shit all the time, bro. Like, I am not a fan of like any of these. The Puerto Rican Day Parade, I've made jokes on that shit because they're fucking Americans. What the fuck are they doing? Nobody cares about reggaeton. Like, and this is kind of where.
So is that them asserting dominance?
To a degree, yeah, for sure.
So it's the same thing.
Yes. That is a form of them asserting dominance to a degree, and I'm not a fan of it. Like, I think we need to go back to hardcore nationalism, America only, one flag policy, none of this bullshit.
One flag policy?
Yeah, like one flag, American flag.
What about freedom of speech? That doesn't make sense. Like, there's freedom of expression is the core tenet of being an American.
Of course. But I think having parades is not. Nah.
Parades is part of speech.
It is a part of speech, but I don't think. Look, you should be able to freely express yourself.
No, you don't think. And you should continue not to think, but add on to that, not to speak. Because, bro, seriously.
Great. But when we're sanctioning...
To a degree?
To a degree, yes.
Well, so what's the degree?
The degree is, once it starts to interfere with American nationalism, I think that's when you start running into problems. Because...
So we have the no more free speech?
We don't have... No, we have free speech. But...
You say we shouldn't?
No, I'm saying we have free speech, but obviously there's always limits on free speech, right? Like, for example, you can't run into a theater and say, well, that's free speech absolutism. You can't run into a theater and say, fire, that's free speech absolutism, right? I would say we want to have free speech.
Incitement of violence.
Maximalism.
Yeah,
maximalism.
Incitement of violence, I think, is a fair thing to exclude from that. But parades aren't incitement of violence. It's a celebration.
It's an incitement to nationalism of another country that, quite frankly,
and that's against free speech.
I'm not going to say it's against free speech. I think you should be able to do it to a degree. But once you're shutting off streets, right? When we were
praying at Times Square, we didn't shut up the street.
Bro,
the streets are still open.
You're impeding people.
Nobody was impeded.
They can't walk in front of you when you pray. You and I know that. You can't walk in front of them.
Yeah, in that area in front of the stairs.
They
could walk in front, like, under the street, across the street.
Why did y'all pray, like, somewhere else, not in Times Square?
We wouldn't have fit.
There's
for everybody.
Why not pray in a mosque? There's plenty of mosques in New York City, all over the place.
This is for Times Square, for everybody to come together from all over the city. They all came there. We wouldn't have fit in a mosque. Bro, there was too many people.
Bro, pray in a mosque. Like, pray in a mosque.
We wouldn't be able to fit.
How is this guy a Muslim, bro? How is he a Muslim? That's insane that he said that. How are you a Muslim, bro? People are coming together to pray. Oh, why doing Times Square? So what? And Pete, it's like a few minutes. It won't take long. I mean, people... Bro, have you ever been to Times Square? This shit's crazy out there. It's like, what are you talking about impeding people's movement? Like, the freaking traffic is like there, frozen in time. People walking, like, again, in slow motion because it's so packed. And impeding who, bro? What the hell are you talking about? I mean, they're coming together. Like, this guy's a Muslim? Come on. They're coming together. Why come together? And pray to God and show it to the world. That's what they're all about, is worshiping God alone. Like, dumb shit.
I truly think we need to bring patriotism back. We need to bring back nationalism back. And
what else is happening at Times Square? See, you're upset about, like, praying in public. What else is happening in Times Square at the time? Like Mickey Mouse, Elmo.
Yeah.
Let's make this last point, because I'm really done with this. You want to watch the video? Link in the video. Link in the description. I'm done with this guy. Bro, he's not a patriot. He's not a patriot. He wants to take the rights that's clearly in the Constitution, freedom of speech, away from people. And he's a fascist, is what he is. He literally goes against everything that is America. You know, he doesn't want people to express their culture. It's like, again, a fascist, complete fascist. I don't know what else to call this guy. I mean, I called him a moron, he's a dick. I called him everything that's obviously about him. That's clearly who he is. I want to continue to insult this guy because I feel good about it. He's a moron. You know, that's literally his name. Call him moron. He's a moron. Anyway, I'm done with this, guys. Peace. Goodbye.
Drug deals, fights,
Yeah, of course.
peanuts.